Is Mazouk waiting for his moment, lands that right hand.
He's caught him! Big shots from Mazouk looking for the first round finish. Headhunting Zavada trying to avoid the shots.
Needs to be careful, doesn't put himself out.
Wow!
Mazouk going crazy here. Maybe a little bit of experience going to be learned.
Zavada!
There are knockouts, and then there are moments that freeze the crowd, silence the commentators, and instantly go viral around the world. The kind of finish that leaves even the toughest fans wide-eyed, speechless, and replaying the footage over and over again. That's exactly what happened on the night this brutal MMA finish stunned everyone in the arena and beyond. It began like most fights do. Two athletes walking to the cage, tension in the air, both locked in and ready to prove who is better. You could feel the anticipation building with every step toward the octagon. Neither fighter was a stranger to war. One came in with a reputation for precision striking, the other known for relentless pressure and the kind of toughness you can't teach. It was the perfect storm, and no one expected.
Final connection, and look at the way that right hand rocks through the cranium of David Zavada. Outstanding stuff, and listen, the crowd on their feet.
Feints again here, Brian trying to set this up. Nice head kick comes. Being very calculated.
Expected what was about to happen next. From the opening bell, it was chaos controlled by strategy. One fighter came out aggressive, pushing forward with calculated combinations, testing range, throwing heavy calf kicks early to chop down the base. The other stayed composed, reading movement, setting traps, and looking for the perfect counter. The pace was fast, the intent behind every shot was clear. Neither one came to play it safe. The first minute passed, and already the crowd was on edge. Every exchange got louder reactions. These weren't glancing shots. These were full power, clean strikes. Then came the shift. A missed kick, a perfectly timed step-in right hand, and suddenly everything changed. One fighter wobbled just for a second, but it was enough.
Outstanding!
What a knockout! What a moment!
Shut the lights off Mark Ducis, and to the cheers of the crowd.
The crowd stood up. The other fighter saw it and surged forward with killer instinct. A flying knee attempt barely missed, but the follow-up left hooked in. It cracked against the jaw like a shotgun blast. The fighter, who was rocked, backed up against the cage, hands up, trying to recover, but the storm was coming. A barrage of elbows and hooks rained down with pinpoint precision. Every shot landed clean, and every shot had bad intentions. The referee hovered, watching closely. Then came the shot that shut it all down, a short, brutal right hand straight down the pipe. You could see the lights go out before the body hit the floor. It wasn't just a knockout. It was a switch flip. A moment that reminded everyone.
The crowd goes wild. Rashave cold, knocked out stiff on the coach of his last opponent, who we finished. We see here with the highlights. That left hand lands, devastating. Going to that eye does not look comfortable whatsoever.
Yeah, he's covering it. That's that.
Watching why this sport is as dangerous as it is beautiful. One fighter stood over the other, breathing heavy, chest heaving, adrenaline rushing. The referee waved it off. The medical staff rushed in, and the entire arena erupted in disbelief. Social media exploded within seconds. Clips of the finish were everywhere: Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Reddit. Fans from all over the world were reacting in real time. MMA veterans, analysts, fighters, everyone had the same reaction: shock, respect, and a little bit of fear. Because that kind of power, that kind of killer instinct, you don't see it often. And when you do, it leaves a mark on the sport. Even commentators were at a loss for words. There was a stunned silence right after the knockout, the kind you only hear
for him. Maybe not even the kicks, just in the boxing distance, and that low kick.
Interesting though, Omari's come out in a different stance this time now. You see, before he was going into orthodox, now standing south. Oh,
nice left
hook. Maybe that's why. Oh my gosh, Omari Tintic finishes the fight!
when something rare has just happened. And then, slowly, the commentary came back in, filled with phrases like, "One of the most brutal finishes we've seen this year," and "That's a highlight that's going to live forever." But what made it so unforgettable wasn't just the power. It was the setup, the timing, The way the winner remained composed, even while the crowd roared and adrenaline surged. That's what separates the good from the great in this game, not just landing big shots, but knowing when and how to pull the trigger. And in that moment, it was flawless. The fighter who landed the finish didn't dance or showboat afterward. No over-the-top celebration. Just a quiet, intense nod, like they knew what they'd done. That confidence, that calm after such chaos, only made it more chilling. It's the kind of moment that haunts opponents and inspires fans. As medical staff helped the other fighter up,
Akwat needing a finish going into this third and final round.
Oh, left hand's dropped him. Big left hand. That is it. Makayev has finished Amikani and claimed his spot in the next stage of the Tip Sport Game Changer. And woken up some people today. There you go. Step in left hand.
the crowd gave both warriors a standing ovation. Because this sport, brutal as it can be, still runs on respect. It takes courage to step in there. And sometimes, when lightning strikes, it's nobody's fault. Just one fighter landing the perfect shot at the perfect time. In the post-fight interview, the winner didn't say much. A few words about hard work, timing, and preparation. But the face told the story, locked in, focused, eyes already thinking about the next fight. Meanwhile, replays of the knockout played over.
Activated Hosenball to get back to his feet. Here we see the beautiful right knee. He knew it was over. And he walks off. Just so many different measured attacks.
Oh, he's made look.
Oh,
Now
bumps
into
out
Mount.
straight into the mount.
Now into Matt. He'll take the back. Kimball has rolled to his belly.
And over on the big screen. Slow motion. Different angles. Every time, the crowd reacted all over again. This finish will be talked about for months. It will end up in year-end highlight reels, knockout compilations, and breakdown videos. Analysts will dissect it frame by frame. Coaches will show it in gyms as an example of timing, patience, and finishing instincts. And fighters? They'll remember it. They always remember the ones that land like that. There's something.
He believes it was back of the head. Here
So
we see
look,
the
he
mount.
turns over now. Talk us through this, Luke. These are the shots.
And what's done very well here from Ironside is he grabs the wrist. You see on the left side, controls that wrist, pulls it down and pins, and then throws heavy shots. These are all hitting the ear at the moment.
The ear is legal.
This is all
Something
legal.
primal about a knockout like this. It reminds you that underneath all the rules, technique, and sportsmanship, MMA is still a fight. Two people testing themselves at the highest level with real consequences. And when it ends like this, it stays burned into your memory. For the fighter who lost, it's a tough moment. But many champions have been on the wrong end of a finish like this. It doesn't define you. How
One round. Cervantes.
This one finish we see here in the highlights.
Oh.
That left hook over the top, like a left overhand, land right on the chin. We'll see again here. Slips, boom, beautiful, placed perfectly with precision. Gets that knockout victory.
how you come back from it does. And if there's one thing we've learned about MMA, it's that everyone gets tested eventually. It's what you do next that writes your story. But for the fighter who delivered that finish, this is the kind of moment that launches careers, earns title shots, and puts you on the radar of every contender in the division. The knockout wasn't just a win, it was a message. To the fans, to the promotion, and to everyone in the weight class, there's a new problem in the division.